Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for November 19th, 2013. It's currently 8:52 a.m. And if you loved yesterday, then you're probably going to hate today because temperatures today are not rising anywhere the rest of the day. We have temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s over the northern interior, lower to mid 40s along the coast. Pretty much what you see is what you're going to get. Temperatures basically holding in the mid 40s, possibly a few upper 40s in the urban areas in New York City and Philadelphia. Like I say, about 46, 47. The winds, though, are going to be from the northwest at a good 10 to 20 miles per hour, and that means it's going to feel like the mid 30s out there today. So, all in all, if you enjoyed the very warm weather yesterday, and let's face it, we all did, you're going to absolutely hate today because it's going to be cold and windy and just very uncomfortable out. The good news is that it's not going to be raining. High pressure is going to be in control with scattered cloud covered to clear skies throughout the entire Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. The radar is pretty much high and dry with no threat whatsoever of any precipitation. This right here is a little bit of a lake enhancement, lake effect. Won't impact the northern mid-Atlantic at all. On the infrared satellite picture, you can see cold air streaming into the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. See this dark blue here, this is not cloud cover, this is cold air. That's how cold it is. And here's an Arctic cold front to keep that really, really cold air at bay. How cold? Well, those temperatures up there are in the teens and 20s. Yeah, let's keep it up there for now, right? So we have high pressure pretty much in control for today on through Friday with very tranquil and comfortable weather conditions. But the party will be coming to an end. It will be coming to an end in the form of our subtropical jet stream getting a little bit more active and a little bit more interesting. Again, I'm keeping an eye on these disturbances to kind of set up the whole season here. Let me explain why. The models continue to underplay and basically underperform the impacts of these subtropical disturbances. They continue to come out a little bit more aggressive, they're a little bit stronger, more moisture packed, and it's a warning for us for this upcoming winter when we're dealing with these subtropical disturbances and storms going forward. And when you see these subtropical disturbances starting to interact with the polar jet stream, it's something to keep an eye on and be wary of. In other words, don't follow the models word for word. Important, very important lesson. So here we are for the forecast from the Penn State eBall website using the European model guidance. Basically what we have for today is high pressure in control, windy conditions, cold, temperatures going nowhere in the mid 40s. Tomorrow, well, if you like this cold weather, then you'll like tomorrow as well. High pressure is in control. Not as bad as far as the winds. The winds will be more light and variable from the north and veering to the northeast gradually, around 5 to 15 miles per hour. Low temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s. High temperatures in the lower to mid 40s. Okay, so we're about 5 to 7 degrees below normal. But at the very least, it's not snowing yet, right? So we're definitely chilly, very cold out there. We warm up slightly on Thursday with high pressure sitting right over the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. Look for winds to shift to the east around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s over the interior, lower to mid 30s along the coast. High temperatures mid to upper 40s. So we warm up just a bit. Then on Friday, high pressure starts to shift off the coast. We warm up just a little bit more, back towards normal. Temperatures basically in the upper 20s to lower 30s over the interior, mid to upper 30s along the coast. Our high temperatures are in the lower to mid 50s. We should be around 52, so that's just about where we should be for this time of year. Then it gets interesting because on Saturday morning we have a strong Arctic cold front. You can see all that cold air coming in, streaming into the northeast here and into the Great Lakes and eventually into the northern Mid-Atlantic. And then we deal with a wave of low pressure that will be developing along this cold front. Now there's a lot of what we call volatility in this forecast. Where does the low pressure develop? How does it track? How fast does it move? All sorts of questions. This is what I can tell you about Saturday. It's going to be cold, it's going to be windy, and it's going to feature rain and possibly a little bit of snow mixed in, especially over the interior. we're going to have a wide variety in our temperatures. Our high temperatures are going to be in the lower to mid 50s. But this cold front moves through in the morning hours. That high temperature is going to mostly be in the morning hours, followed by temperatures falling throughout the day. Timing of the cold front and where this wave of low pressure actually develops will be key. And there's a lot of factors that go into exactly how this whole cold front and wave of low pressure evolves. But we have the basics idea here. All right, it's going to be cloudy, raw, and ugly on Saturday. A threat of showers, heavy at times, possibly mixing with some snow, and temperatures are going to be falling throughout the period once this cold front moves through. So your high temperature of about 55 most likely will be right ahead of this cold front, most likely in the morning. And then the rest of the day you have temperatures falling through the 40s. So yeah, your high temperature will be in the mid 50s technically, but most of the day will be in the 40s once this cold front moves through. Thereafter, Arctic air mass takes hold with strong high pressure for Sunday and Monday. Temperatures aren't going to be moving all that much. When I say Arctic cold front, I mean mid to upper 30s for highs. Low temperatures in the lower to mid 20s. Mid 20s along the coast. So don't think you're going to escape this in New York City and Philadelphia and your urban locations. It's going to get cold on Sunday and Monday. So if you have plans to go out to a football game or anything of that nature, bundle up. You're going to need it. And then, well, let's take a look at the Thanksgiving weekend. Looks pretty interesting here. We have a wave of low pressure that will be developing. Now, the impacts of this low pressure system are very much up in the air. What I can tell you is this, that if you're traveling Tuesday, Wednesday, or early Thursday morning, you're going to be dealing with a precipitation event. You're going to be dealing with two systems here. You're going to be dealing with an Arctic cold front moving through, leading to temperatures falling. Make no doubts about this. Temperatures are going to be below normal and chilly on Thanksgiving. We could be in the 30s on Thanksgiving for high temperatures. Then there's a question of when does this low pressure system, this subtropical disturbance, remember I was telling you about subtropical disturbances? How does this interact with the polar jet stream here? And in what way does it start to track up the coast? And what has me a little concerned here is that the models are starting to produce a little bit more of a negative tilt to this disturbance here, this subtropical disturbance, as it starts to interact with the polar jet stream. So it makes me a little bit wary of what we are dealing with here by the time we get into Wednesday night into Thanksgiving morning. So for right now, it looks like Thanksgiving itself will have high pressure and control, leading to clear yet very cold weather conditions. But the day before Thanksgiving could be rather interesting with an area low pressure creating some havoc right along the East Coast. Not saying rain or snow. I'm just saying that the way this pattern is setting up, we see a little bit more high latitude blocking here, which I'll get to in which I've been discussing with the premium members on why this is creating high volatility as well. And depending on what pattern we have out here and the evolution of the pattern out here in the Pacific, we could be dealing with a little bit more of an interesting setup for Wednesday. Again, I want to stress this very, very carefully. Not saying there's going to be a major snowstorm. I already seen that post out there in the various forums and Twitter and Facebook and all that nonsense. I'm just saying that this pattern here setting up with this type of interaction, at the very least will create some not so favorable driving conditions, and at the very least some periods of rain as this cold front moves through and this wave of low pressure passes off the coast. So again, keep an eye on this threat. Thanksgiving itself looks pretty dry, but the day before Thanksgiving could be a bit stormy. That is the forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, LinkedIn, and also on the patch. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there.